And here are the stories making headlines this afternoon. The storms that caused some tense moments here in Middle Tennessee Saturday proved deadly further south. At least 10 died as the storm passed through Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi. 3 children are among the dead. President Obama attended the funeral for 29 men killed in a West Virginia coal mine explosion. He met with the families of the miners privately before the ceremony. The president delivered his eulogy from behind a row of 29 crosses topped with the miners' helmets. An angry crowd protested Arizona's new immigration law in front of the state capitol Sunday. The law allows police to question the immigration status of anyone they suspect may be in the country illegally. Civil rights advocates say they will fight the law in court.
Well, do you know what's underneath your house? Lawmakers sure don't, and News 3's Brenna McDaniel is investigating why.
Imagine purchasing a new home, finding a crack in the foundation, then being told it was simply normal settling, and then not too long after, you find out your house is sinking into a giant cave, otherwise known as a sinkhole. It's covered with grass now, but the owner of this home came out 2 years ago to find a hole. What he didn't know was there was a cave underneath. This is exactly what happened to one Nashville family, and they are suing. We spoke with their lawyer.
Our allegations in the case are that the proof will show that the parties who developed the property and was responsible for building the house knew that the caverns were there.
There is no governmental law preventing builders from building on top of sinkholes, and homeowners may not find out till it's too late.
Emergency repairs on the house that consisted of putting support piers under the house to stop it literally from sinking until they could permanently put piers under the house that would hold the house in place above it.
We went to a map shop to take a look and see just how frequent these sinkholes occur. And as you can tell below, they are everywhere in Tennessee. The dashed jagged lines represent them below. We wanted to give the builder in question an opportunity to talk, but he was not there, and his attorney had advised him not to talk about it.
Well, a little too late for that family, but not for you. Have any home thoroughly inspected before you buy.
Wildlife officials have moved this sea cow to bluer waters. Miriam Zamorano brings us the details of a gentle giant's rescue.
Wildlife officials spent all morning rescuing this manatee. Neighbors called it in Thursday, but rescue teams couldn't get to it until today.
An animal that's at the surface for an extended period, that's not swimming actively, is a cause for concern, but we are very conservative. We need to make sure the animal is in true distress before we attempt to pull it from the wild.
Crews were brought in from St. Petersburg and Murdoch. They say they could tell the animal was injured because it was unable to get away from the rescue net. Fish and Wildlife took the 7-foot manatee out at Fort Myers boat ramp. We're told the animal will be examined and rehabilitated at the Lowry Zoo in Tampa. This year has been especially harsh on manatees. Biologists say the recent cold winter could be to blame for hundreds of deaths. Officials aren't sure exactly what happened to this manatee, but say it could have been hit by a boat. And neighbors in the Waterway Estates say that wouldn't surprise them.
They're docile. They're not going to hurt anybody, you know, and I worry with the boaters going in and out of the channel that, you know, they don't pay attention. There's no manatee signs at all in our canal. Nothing.
And wildlife officials are unsure how the manatee got its injuries, but they think it could have a punctured lung. There's been a lot of rain the past few days.
And Brenna McDaniel can tell us if it will stop anytime soon. Brenna?
Well, Caller and Mike, it's been kind of gloomy out there these past couple of days, but no worries. It's going to be damp and it's going to continue on to the late night. It's going to continue to be a little breezy, but not too much, but it is going to make those temperatures feel a whole lot cooler. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on across the state. We've got 65 in Memphis, 62 in Jackson, heading over to Chattanooga at 62. Now that's about 12 degrees lower and below normal than it would be for this time of year. But there isn't going to be much measurable rainfall continuing the rest of the week. However, when we get to the weekend, it is going to come back to us, and it is going to be around in the 60s for the weekend. We're looking to be in the 60s the rest of the time. It's going to be raining. It's going to come to us on Friday, and it's not going to stop. It's going to continue. So if you guys have any weekend plans, check them for next weekend.
And when we come back, Jeremy Nabos will tell us if any MTSU players were drafted to the NFL this past weekend.
And find out why this cat is so special.